Welcome to Sorry for the Delay. I'm your editor/non-editor, Sean. In this week's episode, I screw up my audio. I am so sorry. We do not endorse Groundhog's Day. I ran out of time for pictures. And Joshua shows us another creative fun find. Enjoy the episode as much as you can, and I'll try to get it right next week. But I say that every week, so probably won't. I think everything is all right. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Right.
We're in.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sorry for the Delay. I know it came in hot right there. I know you liked it.
Holy shit, you're loud.
Jesus
Christ.
We are your hosts. My name is Sean. This is Joshua. Joshua, how you doing today, buddy?
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I myself am doing great. I'm on day one of 2 days in a row, days off. So I got a little bit of rest this morning. Went out to the beach.
Nice.
Saw some big ass waves down in the Santa Cruz area. Got to watch some surf. Had a breakfast burrito out there in a cool little spot to munch out. But today has been a good solid day.
Nice.
And
Nice.
Happy to be here, and thank you to everybody else who's joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you, all of you, all like three of you. We really do appreciate it. Let's get into it, Joshua. Let's. You got any world records for us today, or this day in history? What do you got?
Like where do I start? Let's. I mean, today is February 6th, so I have to start off with a couple recognitions and some thank yous to people who have changed our lives. Some sports related, some music related, but I just have to say happy birthday to the late great Bob Marley. Today is his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Bob Marley.
Yeah,
that's great.
Happy birthday,
that's
Bob
great.
Marley. I know for some of us he's changed your life. I mean, I know I listened to reggae and that type of music, and when I was doing a little bit of research for today's little show, I found out today was his birthday. So happy birthday, Bob Marley. You changed my life and maybe some of yours listening.
Nice.
Along with another birthday, let's celebrate this man. He is also passed, but he definitely changed history. Today is also Babe Ruth's birthday.
Babe Ruth?
So happy birthday,
Holy
Babe
shit.
Ruth. Yeah.
All right, happy birthday, Babe Ruth. Let's go. You made that candy bar, right?
Baby Ruth, I don't know if good old Babe Ruth is responsible for the Baby Ruth, but maybe he was. So starting it off with a couple happy birthdays. I know they're not alive anymore, but they've definitely changed history. And in this little show that we do talk about history a little bit. But I also do have my normal segment where we're going to talk about a couple things in this day in history. Got a couple different things here, so we will kick it off. Maybe we'll go from the oldest one to the newest one. Okay,
bust it, Joshua.
Okay, we are going to start off with a little bit of some wild stuff. So on this day in history, in 1980, John Wayne Gacy goes on trial for the murder of 33 young men in Cook County, Illinois. Do you know who John Wayne Gacy is, Sean?
I thought he was a cowboy, but I think that's wrong. Not even joking.
Doesn't sound like a cowboy's no, but this guy's a vicious murderer. But that dude killed a bunch of people, and today he went on trial. And I think they put that man. I think they settled that. I think they killed that dude.
Executed him.
They gave him the death penalty.
Sounds about right.
He went down for as it should.
You killed 33 people. Like, yeah.
You probably you probably should go. I would agree. Yeah, so Mr. John Wayne, goodbye, John Wayne Gacy. You are done. And for my next day, this day in history, in 1987, no smoking rules take effect in the U.S. federal buildings. Sean.
So. Wait, so people were they're no longer allowed to smoke in federal buildings? Weird.
In federal buildings. That took place in 1987. And during my research, Sean, I want to ask you the question, because I'm not a big cigarette smoker. I don't know if you are, but do you happen to know how many ingredients are in cigarettes?
I want to say like cigarettes are just supposed to be like the paper, the tobacco, and that's it, right? That's what I want to say, but considering you've asked me the question, I'm gonna probably say it's more than that. So probably like
A lot more.
if I was gonna like lay it out in terms of like I like an itemized list, I would probably say like I don't know, 50 ingredients is somewhere in the
Oh
ballpark.
my gosh. You couldn't be more wrong, and I'm going to
Oh my
finish this
God.
out with
Okay.
a few facts
All
about
right.
cigarettes. Again,
Yeah.
I never really got into cigarettes, to be quite honest with you. I may have dabbled with like a couple of them now and again, but I never really got into cigarettes. And this is nothing against anybody that smokes cigarettes, but every time you put one of those things up to your lips, just know before you light it, you got 600 known ingredients in cigarettes, but after
600? You fucking shitting me
600
right now,
ingredients
buddy?
in cigarettes.
That's too many
600
ingredients.
ingredients. And that's not even, that's before you light the cigarette. So
God
after you light the cigarette, when burned, cigarettes create more than 7,000 chemicals. And 69 of those 7,000 right, are known to cause cancer.
God damn, though. That's fucking. I mean, is that like California cancer? Because like everything, like California brings in, like gives you cancer. You know what I mean? Like are those 69 ingredients? Those, or are we talking like up here, Washington? Like 4 will give you actual cancer. Like I don't know, man.
I think no matter how you unroll a cigarette, you're getting, no matter it's in California or it's somewhere else, you're getting 600 before it even start to light it.
That's
7,000 after you flip it on, and then 69 of those are harmful and have been known to cause cancer. So again, nothing against cigarettes. If you love cigarettes, if it's something, you know, the nicotine does something for you. Do what you got to do to self-medicate, but yeah,
So that's
just
what you
know
said.
you're putting a bunch of chemicals in your body.
You said you get 600 just from having a cigarette, like not even lighting it. Like so, like
So
what does that mean? What is that like? Just holding it in your hands? There's like 600 chemicals. Like what?
correct.
What?
Before you even light it, if it's just a museum piece on your shelf just sitting there, that cigarette has 600 ingredients inside it.
What the fuck? So, okay, so this doesn't make any sense to me, Joshua. So, like, what about like a can, right? Like a can, it's like just whatever, a can of Coke, right? Does that break down into like 600 different things? It has to break down into more than a thing of cigarettes, right? Like, am I wrong? I
did not research more than the cigarettes I came across, only because, you know, I came up with that day in history and I was like, let me look at cigarettes a little further. Like, what's wrong with cigarettes? You know, because I never got into them. And you know, when I found out there's 600 ingredients, and then I went on to read, and this is on Google. Anybody can search this. Maybe you can search better than I did. But what I came across on Google when I searched it, after you light it, because of the chemical breakdown in all the 600 chemicals, what takes place, you end up with 7,000 chemicals after it's been lit, because it turns into smoke. You know, I mean, I'm not a crazy man of science, but I'm sure when you know.
This sounds like
it sounds like you don't believe it.
This sounds like some anti-cigarette propaganda is what I'm hearing, Joshua. All right, this sounds like the anti-camel corporations coming at us right now. Okay, you know, not an advocate for cigarettes, but just throwing it out there. I think everything has a pretty high chemical makeup if you really break it down by molecule.
I don't know, but what I'm saying is, if you love cigarettes, go for it. You know, nothing against you.
Right?
No one's stopping you, bro. Enjoy it, but do it. But do know what you're putting into your body wasn't meant to be there. Is all I'm saying. Is just enjoy it. However you want to take that, but I don't think they're good for you. But it is what it is. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else you got,
so let's move on from cigarettes. So for my next day in history, in 2020, U.S. astronaut Christina Koch completes the longest continuous space flight by a female astronaut after 328 days on the International Space Station.
Damn. It's still less than a year, but longer than you and I have ever been to space, Joshua. So that's saying something.
Correct. I mean, that time I took mushrooms. I did fail. Like, I did go to space, but that's a totally different thing. That's a totally different thing. I don't think I really went there, but when I was on mushrooms, I really did feel out of body. But yeah, I thought that was pretty impressive because we did talk a little bit about aliens and going to Mars in the last episode. We tend to dabble into that a little bit, but I thought I'd just tie that one in. But my final and fun one on this day in history, I thought this was kind of cool. We all love board games, right? Don't you love board games?
Depending on what they are, sure. I love them.
Okay,
I mean,
well, maybe you'll love this
the
one.
reason I say that is because I ain't going to play you in a game of Monopoly, Joshua. I know how you are. Okay? Like, I ain't playing you in Monopoly at all. Just putting that out there into
You know
the
what I love about this show?
Monopoly with Joshua.
What? You know what I love about the show is none of this is scripted, because you kind of said it right there. In 1935, on this day in history, Monopoly, the board game, goes on sale for the first time, and since then, the board game has gone on to sell more than 275 million copies.
What
believe
the
it or not?
Fuck? Actually, I do kind of believe it. That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But still, nobody's going to believe you, Joshua, that this is not scripted, because who would have guessed that your topic would have been about Monopoly?
You got it, man. And how many episodes are we in now? We're starting to read each other's minds. But yeah, this is not scripted. Sean picked that one right off the top. That's
crazy, cool. Though. I mean, they made, like, think about all the different Monopoly sets that you can like have. Like, I know they have like a Simpsons Monopoly. They have like a fucking any movie you can think of. There's a Monopoly for it. I've seen a Men in Black Monopoly, a Minions Monopoly. Like, it makes sense. It all makes sense.
Yeah, and we all know I'm a hoarder, so I actually do. I have to confess, I do have a game of Monopoly. I think it's I want to say it's like a Jurassic Park, or it's a themed Monopoly, but I've never opened it. It's still in the package. The hoarder in me thinks someday it will be worth money. I do not know why. I'm thinking that, or the market's clearly flooded. 275 million copies. Jesus. I don't think that thing's going to be worth any type of money.
You got to look up how much it's worth, Joshua. Next episode, Valentine's Day episode, look up how much that shit's worth, and we'll come back to it.
Yeah, so those are my fun facts for this February 6th, this day in history, everybody.
Well, thank you, Joshua. I appreciate that. You always come through, Joshua, with like the either coolest or weirdest facts I could possibly think of. And I know that eventually one day we won't have these facts, because you probably will have already have said them. So I appreciate every moment that you share with me, Joshua. That's beautiful. But before we move on, can I just say, hey, rest in peace, Carl Weathers. On the day we're recording, Carl Weathers passed away, and big Carl Weathers fan. Last thing I saw him in was in The Mandalorian. Phenomenal. Just want to say, hey, rest in peace, buddy, wherever you are. Hopefully it's better than here. That's it. That's all I got, man. So, with that said, Joshua.
Yes.
I'm sorry, were you going to say something? I didn't want to step.
No, well, I mean, I don't want to go on a tangent here, but who was Carl Weathers again? Sorry, no disrespect.
Oh my God!
Saw The Mandalorian, but who was Carl Weathers? Sorry, everybody, if you weren't a Mandalorian. We're gonna go on a little Mandalorian tangent right here. You can fast forward the episode if you want, but I want to know who this gentleman is.
Joshua, Carl Weathers was in all of the Creed movies. All right, Creed 1, 2, 3. Right, he was in all of the Rocky movies. He was in The Predator. He was a football player off screen. Don't worry about that. I will show you a picture of him. You'll know who he is as soon as you see his face. Phenomenal actor. Sorry. Excuse me, everybody. I'll go ahead and send you a picture, and then we'll cut so
Do a little movie magic here. Wait. It's coming to me. Was he in Predator?
He was in Predator. I just said that.
What, that's okay. So I thought you said that, but was he Arnold's like buddy?
Yes,
like
sir. He was also in Happy Gilmore.
My goodness.
Carl Weathers, baby.
I do know Carl Weathers. Yeah,
Yes,
rest in peace, man. That guy's a good actor for sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm. So
Thank you for doing that, Sean.
Of course. Yeah, love that man. Anyways, let's no more sadness. We respect his memory, we respect his legend. Let's move on. Joshua, I have a question for you. Why the fuck do we celebrate Groundhog's Day? Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? So it just happened. It just happened today. So spoiler alert, everybody. We're recording on February 2nd. But Joshua, why do we think an animal is going to dictate the outcome of the seasons? Please, explain. Explain, Joshua. This is from your people.
All right. So I don't know anything about Groundhog's Day other than the whole, like, you see if he sees a shadow and he goes back in, it's 6 more months of, or
6
3
weeks.
more, is it 3 months or 6 weeks?
6
Sorry,
weeks.
see, it shows how much I know about this shit.
Apparently I know more than you.
6
so.
months. Yeah, like we wouldn't have a
6 months
summer,
of
we wouldn't
winter.
be having shit. Yeah, like, clearly I'm an idiot, everybody. I'm sorry. Get this shit mixed up all the time. Okay, so I don't know. I'm hoping that you did find some facts about when this even started, because I don't know why we would do this. I don't know why we would trust an animal. That type for that type of thing. I get it. We can follow animals to, for prey or whatever, like hunting grounds. And I'm sure there's a historical meaning behind hunter gatherer, like why we would follow animals or believe animals in any situation. But this whole Groundhog's Day thing, I think he's gotten it wrong before too. So we shouldn't be trusting a groundhog.
He's not even trustworthy, bro.
Yeah.
So I did.
Like,
so I,
trusting this thing?
For the record, I did do a little bit of research into this. So
awesome. Okay, let's.
The holiday began as a part of the Christian celebration of Candlemas in Europe, which was first observed in AD 350. To celebrate, Christians took their candles to church to have them blessed as a way to bring good fortune for the year and for the remaining winter, right? So eventually, the holiday kind of evolved, and it was like a way for so Germans introduced hedgehogs to this, and it just became more and more obscure kind of thing. And then eventually they were like, hey, if it sees its shadow, we're gonna have a second winter. And it was you add 6 more weeks to winter, and then it just got weirder and weirder. And then apparently we brought it, they brought it over to us, and then it just kind of stuck in the colonies kind of thing. And now we have it every year. We just ask a groundhog, will we have more winter, groundhog? And groundhog goes, yeah, that's my shadow.
All right. I don't want PETA or anybody coming after me for this one, because I do love animals. Sean's the one over here talking about who, wants to kick dogs and shit.
Beating dogs, yes.
But yeah, not really. Sean would never do that. But how about we go to Congress and we start something? If the groundhog gets it wrong, like Thanksgiving, why don't we just eat this thing? Can you eat a groundhog? Can we petition if he lies to us? Can we I don't want to be weird, but can we just
Joshua, well, let me put it this way, buddy.
Yeah.
If you want to eat this groundhog every time he's wrong, take a guess at so from 1987. Sorry, I'm so sorry, Joshua. Not 1887, not 19.
Jeez.
1887. Take a guess as to how many times, or the percentage, this animal has been correct. Take a guess. Percentage. From 1887
Okay.
1887 to now. How much is the percentage that he's been correct? Go ahead.
I'm gonna go. I'm going to say 50% of the time.
Damn, Joshua. No. Hell no. This animal has only been correct 39% of the time, Joshua. You're eating Groundhog every fucking week. Like, buddy, like this animal is not even right in his predictions. If he was on ESPN, he would have been fired like 3 weeks ago. Just saying.
So yeah, what begs the question, why do we still do it?
It's just one of those fucked up traditions, bro.
It's like a festival thing, like one of those holidays, that we've kind of created that just we continue to do over and over and over and over again.
Yes, I think that's what it is. I think that's exactly what it is. And it's like one of those things where it's like, it's not hurting anybody. And it's like, you kind of just do it. Except today I heard a story. I was listening to Crystal on her Instagram or whatever. She was watching some video. And apparently some government official was invited to do the Groundhog celebration. And he fucking dropped the fucking groundhog and killed it. And the zoo tried to cover it up. A whole fucking conspiracy theory thing. So animals are dying, Joshua. Animals are dying because of this shit. So I want to propose this to you, buddy. I think we boycott. I think this podcast boycotts Groundhog's Day.
I'm going to have to agree with you because Groundhog shouldn't be determining our seasons,
right?
and how we plan our calendar. Like all of a sudden, like you plan on, it's going to be summertime, so you go out and buy a bathing suit when it's like, that's I'm sorry, that's fucked up.
So there you go, folks.
That's rude.
It's official. Rude. Sorry for the delay. Does not approve of Groundhog's Day. Just saying. Find another holiday.
I do it. Yeah. Well, I got a couple holidays for you. We could segue right into the holidays. I came across.
Let's do it, Joshua.
For this day of this podcast that we're doing here. So on February 6th, maybe these holidays will be something you can relate to, or you're okay with, or want to celebrate. But you're probably not going to get an extra day paid like something like some of these other holidays. But we'll go down the list here. I got 4 of them.
Yeah. All right.
So for this February 6th, we got a holiday for you. The first one I got for you is National Chopstick Day. How do you feel about that day?
I actually I'm for that day. I mean, Joshua, do you know how to use chopsticks? I mean, it's a loaded question because I already know the answer, but do you know how to use chopsticks, Joshua?
Yeah. I do know how to use chopsticks. I've never used the little cheaters. I've never, I do know how to use chopsticks. It is funny though, watching people who don't know how to use chopsticks.
That it is. I was going to go more of the route. It's funny to see people when you go to a sushi bar. So if you go to a sushi bar with Joshua, because Joshua knows how to use chopsticks, it's funny to see the people who think that he doesn't know how to use the chopsticks. And then when he does use the chopsticks, they're like, oh shit. That's funny.
Yeah, when I ask for the fork and I also ask for the chopsticks, they go, what?
Yeah,
what do you need the fork for if you're getting the chopsticks too? Like, I just that's I've done that before, and then the fork gets there and it never moves from where they put it.
Oh, yeah.
And so when they come back to bust the table, it's still in the same spot. They're like, why did he ask for a fork then?
He's a man of mystery.
He's an asshole. Like, why did he do that? Maybe I'm an asshole. I don't know. I'd like to think I'm not an asshole, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm just silly sometimes like that.
Yeah, but you have a tight asshole, so that's fine.
Jesus Christ. So that was my number 1 holiday. That was the first one I found. Okay. I'm gonna give you number 2. Right. Let's see if you like this one any better. We're gonna go with, today is National Frozen Yogurt Day.
Okay.
How do you like that?
All right, I feel that. There was a point in my life, Joshua, where I didn't appreciate frozen yogurt as much as I should have. And I regret it every day. Frozen yogurt is delicious. And I believe if you're not a fan of frozen yogurt, you just haven't tried hard enough. And you need to find a place that makes really good frozen yogurt. So I'm a fan. Let's go.
I agree. I do like frozen yogurt as well. It's kind of like one of those late night treats. You know, if you you left in your freezer a while ago or whatever it is, and you're like, ooh, yeah, you get the munchies.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody knows about the munchies. Those late night munchies. You know what I'm talking to.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying. Right. For my number 3.
Yeah.
For my number 3 holiday on this February 6th, pay a compliment day. It's on the calendar for today.
I like that. Well, I think everybody should be paying compliments no matter what day it is. Like, no matter what you're doing, you should always just be nice in general. That's like fucking common sense, bro. You know? Like, you look good, Joshua. Today you look great.
It's kind of... Thank you, Sean. You actually look good. Did you get a haircut?
I mean, no, I didn't. I just did my hair today. You know, no hat day today. Let's go.
No hat. That should be today's holiday. No
that should be today's. There you go.
Yeah, fuck that day. Yeah. That's... when I read that, I just found it kind of funny that they had to make that they just made that a holiday also, like pay a compliment day. Like,
it's because people are stupid, Joshua. We went over this last episode. People are fucking stupid. Like, it just happens. You know, so you got to make a holiday to remind people to be nice to other people. So.
Okay. I can feel that. And this is my final and fourth one for the holidays on February 6th. Okay. So the last one that I have for you is Time to Talk Day.
Time to talk. What does that mean?
It's time to talk. I don't know. I was wondering because, you get into February, right?
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten to Valentine's Day yet, but I'm wondering if they bled that into February because they knew, this is the 6th. Valentine's Day is coming. Maybe we need to talk a little bit before we get to Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's time to talk.
Hey, Joshua, I think we need to talk, bro. Hey, we've been doing 19 episodes of this podcast. Like, I think we need to talk. I get it. It makes sense now. It makes sense. You want to break up with somebody before Valentine's Day so you don't spend the money, right? It's like breaking up with somebody after their birthday because you waited too long to break up before their birthday. You know what I mean? So you just wait, But in this situation, because it's a holiday, you should know that it's time to talk. So.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I'm gonna go with they did create this one based off of Valentine's Day coming. So
makes sense.
let's talk about it. So those everybody were the 4 non holidays. Those are just kind of ones that people made up. But those are the 4 holidays. Whether you want to celebrate the National Chopstick Day, National Frozen Yogurt Day, Pay a Compliment Day, Time to Talk Day. Feel free to celebrate any one of those. I know I should have left the chopstick one for the last one. That
would have cheered everybody up.
Yeah. But in doing some research on all this stuff, because Google kind of just throws stuff at you, right?
Yeah.
I did come across a little tech news that was a little bit surprising to me.
Oh, okay. Bust it.
Did you hear? I mean, you're the all-knowing man over there. You got your crystal ball.
Yes, I don't move from this chair.
Did you hear about the successful tech news? Elon Musk's Neuralink implants brain tech into human patient for the first time.
I did see this.
So the question I have,
So
the question I have for you, Sean, is
I'm sucking
if it comes down to it, if it comes down to it, Sean. Because now they're doing it. We've talked. I think we even talked earlier. Elon's doing a lot of shit. We're sending people to Mars. We're getting there. Now we're putting chips in people's brain. The thought experiment I came across was, or I just thought of was, as far as the implant goes, if you are social, like you just say you're drug addicted or you have problems or just you're going through life situations, are you more likely to go get an implant in your brain? Or are you going to go towards pharmaceutical drugs, which we currently already do? What are
Well,
you doing?
well, first of all, because the technology is so new, if you're a drug addicted person, they're probably not going to let you do that. They're probably going to be like, hey, listen, we're not wasting this high tech medical research on you. So go do your pharmaceuticals, right? I think this is more catered towards like the upper middle class, for whatever that means, white woman in suburbia LA who's like strung out on fucking wine and oxycodone, like just wanting that next high, you know? That's who Elon's like trying to manipulate. Because that's where the extra money is, right? So I think that's more likely.
So if you're picking,
Hmm.
as we do, we go have a little back and forth here because just the two of us on here, and I would like
Okay.
to see if anybody wants to comment on this.
Hmm.
Is any who else is going to go the Neuralink way and put a chip in their brain, or who's going to stick with the pharmaceutical drugs that they're already pumping into society?
See,
I want to know. I really do want to know. So
hmm,
I think the market is flooded with pharmaceuticals.
hmm,
And once this technology gets really good,
yeah,
really good. I'm talking about like it's so good you don't even have a scar in your head. You just, like you just it's just in there in your
yeah,
brain. You're not
yeah.
walking around with a laptop on your forehead going, "Tell me how to think." That kind of shit. Like you got you got like a legit chip in there that fires off when you
Hmm.
say kind of have some crazy thoughts or you want to go back to the pipe or you want to hit that fentanyl, when you really are just going to go start thinking different and go
Hmm.
dark. I i i don't know if I'm a fan of these pharmaceutical drugs that change the chemical compounds of your body. Why
Okay.
not give it a little zap instead? Why not be able to pull your finger, instead of
Hmm.
laying off a fart? What if you pull that finger and it kind of like
Hmm.
resets you a little bit? I
Well,
kind
aren't
of
you
like the
just?
thought of that.
I mean, just let's go all the way back to when we started this episode. Aren't you just like changing the chemicals in your brain, no matter if it's a spark versus something that's dissolved into your bloodstream? You're still breaking down cells. It's still making a change and making an adjustment. But I don't think that that's where this is leading to. I don't think Elon Musk is trying to be like, hey, I'm going to make sure that everybody's healthy and safe. Nobody's going to use drugs anymore. Nobody's going to do that. I don't think that's what he's doing. I think it's more of, hey, I finally have a way to direct a sponsorship into your fucking brain so that way you pick Coke instead of Pepsi. I think that's where this is
Mm,
leading. So the
okay.
question has to be the
Okay.
question has to be whether or not you're okay with that. Like, like this is leading into a future where you can literally have both now an augmented reality where you can have contacts that display a website, right? Or whatever, in front of you. And have something embedded in your body that is telling you to feel happy when you look at X thing, you know? Like, is that a future that you're okay with? Is more of the question you should be thinking of rather than, oh, this is going to do good for society. Like, no, none of this shit's good for society, bro. Like, yeah, maybe some of it will be, but I don't think it's going to be good for anybody. I think if you watch this episode 50 years in the future, I am either going to be wrong or completely right. Place your bets.
I and that's the disturbing truth about it. What you just said, that is the disturbing truth, because when you put any type of chip in somebody's brain, I mean, who has access to that? Is just the owner of probably not. Nobody has full command over their phone. Anybody can get into your phone. Anybody can get into your computer. I don't think you can completely get tech companies out of technology. That's not what
Mhm.
they're in it for. So you're right. When they see red, that little chip goes off and they want to go drink a Coke or something. Like, yeah, you're probably right. There's going to be some manipulation. Um, but I also think that if done correctly, if done morally right, which most companies are not morally driven, We haven't even, and we probably shouldn't go into the what's going on with Mark Zuckerberg and Congress right now. He's been interviewed. I don't know if you've seen any of those, any of that footage, but they're ripping that guy to pieces. He's getting ripped hard. But man, I think if morally some of these companies can get on board, because clearly pharmaceuticals, they're morally not driven either, right? Everybody's rotten.
No, bro. No,
insulin's gone up.
Yep.
Cancer treatment, anything that benefits our well-being, that doesn't make them the almighty dollar.
How do you profit on that? That's exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah, it's very, very, very difficult. And I think it's going to take young minds. I think it's going to take people not who are there now to make these changes. And so hopefully with these implants and everything going on, I think I'm a glass half full person. I can go negative very easily. I can go sit in a dark corner and go sad. I can do that, but I think mankind generally wants to survive. Hunter-gatherers, we are here to survive. We are here to make it. Yeah. We just have to get those same type of people in charge. Otherwise, you are right. We will fail as a society, and it will be over before we peak as humankind. I think it'll be sad, but again, I like to think we're good.
I like to think that too, but Joshua, listen to this. When I was younger, I had that exact same mentality where it was like, when I'm older, I'm going to change things for the better. And now that I'm older, I'm like, let the young people change things for the better, which is really sad to think about. But when it comes down to it, it's like as you grow older, you realize things are your time here is short. And so if you're not making a conscious effort to begin with in the younger age, like you kind of get caught up in everything, and that's sad. So you rely on the younger people to figure out the problems later. And so I don't know, man. But for anybody wondering, there's a show called Made for Love that was canceled 2 years ago, but there's 2 seasons of it. It has to do with the exact thing we were talking about, a neural implant into somebody's head and being told how to think and how to feel. It's a good show. Highly recommend everybody watch it. I think it's on HBO right now, HBO Max, but definitely check it out because it's a weird look into a future that's really possible after hearing this news. So just saying.
Yeah. So yeah, I will stay positive about this situation. And I'm looking forward to the future of technology and hopes that some kid being born today that doesn't want to be controlled makes a difference. And you know how it is. You play the corporate game just like I do. Mm-hmm. And they tell us all the time, you either learn how to play the game or they don't want you in the game at all.
Exactly.
So
listen, and for the record, everybody, if neural implants can tell me that I can have a boner for more than 24 hours without having to go to a doctor, I will do it. So just saying, there's my opinion.
Wouldn't that be interesting? You replace the blue pill with a chip in your dick?
Just zaps
Holy shit.
Fucking zaps the nerve that keeps your dick hard. That's, I don't know. I'm all for it.
Game changer. Game changer.
Game changer.
That's, I mean, I'm not taking a pill. I'm hitting the button every time. I'm using the control, like spamming X, like get there. Yeah, I'm doing that 100% of the time.
I love it, Joshua. Yeah. Hey, to change topics real quick, but just to change topics real quick. We kind of alluded to it last episode, but sports, Joshua. Sports betting and sports. We finally know who's going to the Super Bowl. And one of us is happy about this. The other one is not. And I kind of want to talk about it, Joshua, because let's go on the record here. I am a 49er fan. Joshua is a Raider fan. The Super Bowl is being held at the Raiders Stadium. First of all, Joshua, I have a bunch of questions, but I just want to narrow this down. How do you feel about a opposing team who is hated, divisional rival, hated, right? Playing a game in your home field. Like, how does that feel as a fan? Because obviously we're not players. Look at me. I can barely roll on the field. So
I honestly, I feel great about it. Feel great.
All right.
And you know why I feel
Controversial
great?
take.
You know why I
Why?
feel great?
Why is that?
Because all you... I shouldn't be mean. Should I just be mean about it?
Hey,
All
we're 40
dumb
minutes in
ass
here.
49er fans are going to pay way too much for those fucking seats, and you guys are
my
a bunch of
God.
fucking idiots.
Did you see how much those seats are going for, Joshua?
They got suites going for over $1 million.
Yes,
Some
sir.
of these other seats are $700,000. So as a Raider fan, give me your fucking money. Go there. Spend all your money. Your kid's college fund, all the shit that car, your fucking mortgage to your house. Give this Raider fan and our stadium all your fucking money. Give it to me.
You
Sorry,
know,
I went a little hard.
you're not
I'm
wrong.
not that crazy of a Niner hater, but yeah,
You're
fuck
not
all y'all.
wrong,
I'm
though,
taking your
bro.
money every day.
Like that's the that's the reason that they did that was because they fucking they hate the Chiefs. They fucking hate the Niners. Like, why not just jack up the fucking prices? And people are gonna pay, and people are paying for this shit, dude. Like, there are people who are like, dude, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy.
You know what that is? That's that big dick Raider Las Vegas mentality. Come sit on this big fucking Raider dick and fucking for 4 quarters you feed me all your money. You and your shit.
Oh, that's fucking great, buddy.
Sorry, that was a little hard. I mean,
no, that's I expected.
The Niner
I expected
fans,
that.
Respect.
I expected it. That's right.
You know, you guys got there. You did the work. But I'm going to fucking take your money, and my stadium's going to take your money and all your family money too. We're going to fucking taking it all from you.
For the record, Joshua, are you rooting for us or are you rooting for your rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs?
It's
divisional
hard
rivals,
to root. It's hard to root for any of those teams, honestly. But you put me in a very, very, very tough position asking me this question because next year could come around.
Yeah.
And we could be sitting against the Chiefs, who I'm saying, yeah, last year, you know, you freaking said you were cool with it, and now they beat your ass in the playoffs. But at the same time, how am I supposed to be a Niner, go for a Niner? I'm not going to pick either one. I'm not.
Oh, so you're just going to boycott? One. You're going to boycott the whole Super Bowl? Is that what's going to happen?
I'm just looking forward to the tickets going down next year because all y'all paid way too much for your fucking seats. So when I go to buy my ticket, they're less next year. Thank you very much.
So, Joshua, let me ask you this to piggyback on this conversation. Sports betting, right? Sports betting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the sports betting activity? Right. And so, okay, let me try to rephrase this better. Let me ask this question. Do you think sports are being rigged now more than before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally believe it's got to be beneficial for the investors. So if if an investor is not making money, whether they're losing on the game or winning on the game, there's going to be some screwy stuff. I mean, we saw a couple games this year where like people are kicking field goals when they're down by 7 points, you know, with like 3 seconds left. Like, you know, you're just covering the spread with those 3 points. You don't really, it's not about, you know, normally you just need the ball, right? So somebody somewhere, it's got to benefit somebody.
So let me ask you this, Joshua.
I do think it's rigged.
Okay.
Not completely,
so let me ask you this.
But it's got to make somebody money.
So how long is it before the integrity of sports becomes jeopardized by either bad refereeing or the underlying statement that sports are rigged? Like, how much further do you think we have to go into the future before this becomes more of a problem than it already is? Because it clearly already is.
I think give me a time frame. Else when it comes. Okay, I think like anything else, if you don't have independent committees reviewing things and independent committees that don't benefit from either side,
Mm-hmm.
I think it will continue to go on forever. It's just
Really?
like in government, you know, if you do not have independent oversight, somebody that doesn't stand to benefit from one thing or another,
Mm-hmm.
I think it will continue to be to sway towards the people who are going to make the most money. So I can't give you years, because until, you know, how long does it take for people to even consider independent committees?
True.
I mean, they got to jump through hoops. Like how honorable are you as an independent
Yeah.
company?
Good
You
point.
know, like they're not going to believe you either. You know, they're going to think you want in on the take as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a way around it. It just, I think there's always going to be cheating. There's always got to be a winner. There's always got to be a loser. I just trip
Unfortunate.
out when people bet against their own team. I saw some shit the other day. Some guy bet fucking $10,000 against his Cowboys, and he's a
Goddamn.
Cowboys fan.
Well, I mean, he made that bet up, right? So Cowboys lost. Just saying.
Yeah, and
It was a smart move.
he got shit. He got shit from it because he bet on the under. I don't really know betting, but
Mm.
he bet in a way that even if he lost his 10, he still was
He
gonna
still would have made it.
balance it out with the under. Yeah. So that, I mean,
Fucking
what
dick.
kind of, I mean, you know, are you really a fan at that point? If you're betting against your team, if you're
Mhm.
doing that kind of undercutting, like that's the same lobbyist bullshit that you know goes on, and it's
Yeah.
it's
That's fucking
unfortunate. You
stupid.
know, true fans don't bet against their team. You just don't bet at all if you don't want to
Yeah,
lose.
yeah.
So.
I ain't got money to lose because I ain't losing money.
Yeah, just don't bet. Just root for your team. Don't put money on the
Mm,
line and have a good time. Enjoy the barbecue. Have a drink. That's what I'm
there you
doing
go.
the Super Bowl.
Also, just before we wrap this all up, Joshua, because we're already fucking almost 50 minutes in here, there's going to be a SpongeBob Victor Takes All thing that they're doing on Nickelodeon, and I just want everybody to watch that because it sounds fucking amazing. And Joshua, I know you don't know what I'm talking about, so I'll show you after the episode. But it's going to be fucking cool for those who know. So, with that said, Joshua.
Yeah.
No, just sorry, continue.
No, I was gonna say because you have your SpongeBob thing. I just want to know because it's all over the fucking advertisements. If Gronkowski's gonna actually make his field goal this year, his $10 million. You know that bullshit they did. I don't know if it was last year, but it's all over the
2 years ago.
advertisements right
2 years
now.
ago.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's
so
not
doing
going
it
to
again,
that.
right?
He's doing it again,
Stupid.
yes, but he's not going to make it. And if he does, it's going to be fucking rigged.
I fucking hope he slips and falls. You know,
It's a commercial,
like,
bro.
Bet on that.
He's going to slip and fall.
Yeah, just come on, dude.
Stupid. All right, Joshua. With that said, let's get to some value finds. Any fun finds you got? I got this fucking mystery box that I'm about to pull from while you give us whatever you got. So Mia just cut me out of the frame here while I do this shit.
All right, everybody. As I got to it last week, if you watched last week's episode, I had somebody do some original art, which I found completely awesome, and I truly am happy about. And I thanked that person as soon as I saw them again. It was super awesome. So the cool fun find or fun creation I have for you guys today to take a look at is a piece of original artwork that was also done by a loved one, a friend of the family, a relative. Might as well, you know, she's my niece. You know, I've been told to say that. But she is my niece. Just get it right.
She is my niece, and this
Joshua.
is my nephew.
She's my niece. But she's good at art. She continues to do it. I'm truly motivating her to do more. So this is a piece of original artwork that she did. She gave me one Christmas, and I thought I'd like to share that with everybody. It has a fun little saying on it, which I think is pretty cool. Again, piece of original artwork done for me.
Have the courage to touch the butt. Honestly, better than any fortune we've read. Sorry, Special K. Please don't revoke your sponsorship. But that's it. I mean, come on. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's fucking beautiful.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool that she did that. Yeah, Finding Nemo inspired. Yeah. So everybody, have the courage to touch the butt.
I'm gonna touch your butt, bro.
A piece of original artwork. Awesome.
That's fucking
And
great,
that is
man.
my genuine, fun, fine, original creative art.
I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. It makes me so happy.
So what do you got, Sean? You got a big ass treasure
I
box.
got a big ass mystery box, bro.
I'm excited to see this.
I don't know.
Give us the story though. Give us the story on this mystery box. Like, yeah.
It was a late and rainy night. The Funko website had a sale going on for like half off Funko Pops. And we were just like, let's get some Funkos, right? Let's get some Funkos. And we just kind of went through a list. We ordered like 7, 8 Funko Pops. I don't remember what they are because my brain memory, my short-term memory is fucking shot. I think you can call that brain damage, but we're going to call it just a hazy brain, all right? And so I'm going to pull from the box. I opened it in a way which is barbaric, but I can't see what's inside the box. So I'm just going to pull for the next 7, 8 weeks or whatever. Just pull one thing out and we're just going to see what it is. Because when you ain't got no mystery boxes, you make one. So let's fucking do it, Joshua. You ready? Ready for the first mystery box pull?
Let's go. Let's see it.
Actually, Joshua, left or right? Left side or right side? And that's
you
me.
Always pass it.
So choose the opposite of what you're thinking because I'm opposite of you. So left or right?
I'm passing it to the left every time, everybody. You pass to the left.
Don't
ever let somebody tell you something different. Pass to the left.
All right, here we go. Joshua, you have chosen the Freddy Funko with a floaty. Oh my God, look at that bad boy. Wow. Freddy Funko, a little floaty. It's like a little dinosaur right there. That's fucking sick, bro.
Yeah. That is.
Well, that's going to go on the wall back there.
Okay, I was going to ask you, is that saying in the box? Or is
this
out of the box?
So Freddy Funkos always stay in the box because Freddy Funkos are pretty profitable. So these ones stay in the box. I'm going to put it in the backpack there. And I don't know, Joshua, if you noticed yet, but I changed my background in the back a little bit. I have a little Alice in Wonderland theme going on back here, Joshua, for springtime.
I do see that.
For spring, my boy. So that'll be back there for the foreseeable future. But I still have my Christmas stuff, Joshua. I'm incorporating it.
You still got those fucking lights up, dude.
Yes, sir.
And lights up.
Here you go.
Jesus
so
Christ.
here's the reasoning, Joshua. So the Christmas tree is no longer a Christmas tree. It's just a pine tree now, buddy. Like, this is just a pine tree you find out into the woods, just covered in lights and stuff, And then the little garland back here, right? This is just some plant that you find in nature, So it's no longer Christmas themed anymore. Yes, the lights may scream Christmas, but the heart says spring. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, bringing a little of the outside indoors, I get it. It still looks festive. It still looks great. But I'm looking forward to you taking down those stupid lights at some point.
Nah, bro. Nah. Nah, they're permanent now.
Keep that shit up. Keep that shit up. I love it. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up.
Oh, man. All right, Joshua, let's move on. Let's go to our fortune of the week. Let's end this shit with a fortune. Let's get some lucky numbers. Thank you to Freddy Funko. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful shit.
Little clap there for that good old Freddy Funko. Nice little value fun 5. All right, everybody. We have reached the time in the show, as we always do. We like to pop a little fortune
Marley
for everybody. We're going to hit a little special K because I still got a few of these left.
Joshua, you're going to have to reload on some special K, bro.
You're right. I only have a few more of those left over there. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into our fortune, everybody. What do we got for this February 6th for our fun fortune that I have to vacuum up off my carpet every single time I open one of these? Here we go. Every fucking time. All right. So for our fortune, everybody, on this February 6th, your fortune is: the saints are the sinners who keep on trying.
Well, not a fortune, but It's pretty accurate, I guess. All right.
Okay, I want to read it one more time because maybe this can this tie into the Super Bowl? The saints are the sinners who keep on trying.
So what you're saying is the Chiefs are going to win because they are considered the sinners?
I
don't know, bro.
This could maybe the lucky numbers on the back.
I swear to God, if there's a 13 in this week's lucky numbers, Brock Purdy, we win. Let's go. Hit me with them numbers. Okay. There's probably not. I said it into existence. So.
What numbers, Pat? Do you know?
I'm not even gonna say it. Because if I say it, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna will it into existence.
All right. Well, here we go for everyone's lucky numbers on this February 6, 2024. Your lucky numbers are 19, 26, 6, 45, 42, and 36.
All right.
And as I always do, I read them twice just in case anybody missed it. Your lucky numbers one more time. 19, 26, 6, 45, 42, and 36, everybody. Let's win.
Let's do it. Just for the record, Joshua, that first number that you said was Deebo Samuel's number, 19. So I think that's the future. Just saying, if you're going to put money on it, let's go. Niners, let's go. Niner gang.
No.
Bang, bang.
No. Okay. Well, maybe, yeah. Maybe you're onto something there. But I'm, like I said, I am using my big dick Raider energy, and we are going to take your money.
Hey, listen, you can have all the money I can give you, buddy, if we win the Super Bowl. Just saying. And with that being said, everybody, that brings us to the end of another episode. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We really do appreciate you. We really do love you. We're just a little babby right now, but eventually we're gonna be a medium-sized babby, and we appreciate you guys being along for the ride. So, Joshua, please, any last words?
I couldn't said it better. Thank you to everybody, as I always do. I appreciate every single one of you who does watch, who does like, who does subscribe, who drops a little comment. I appreciate all of you. We do read your feedback. We enjoy it. So hit us with a few comments. If you know somebody who might be into the show, introduce them, and let's keep it going. Let's make as I always say, let's make this 2024 a solid one, and it's a year of doing more for everybody. So I wish everybody well, and thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you all.
Let's go. See you next week. Deuces.